on the extreme end, what's the worst way to approach being a career coach? And on the other end, what's the most reasonable thing that you've seen, like the most mature way you've seen someone handle this kind of situation?
I think the worst way is just to just leave and not say anything. You just go.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, you see them like, oh, where did that guy go? Disappeared. The next thing you know, you go to a tournament, you see them there. He got a different patch on his back, and they're training somewhere else. Right?
Yeah.
I think that's not cool. I think the best way to go about it is to be man up. Man up and have a conversation. And phone call is no email. Yep. You know what I mean? Phone call. Sorry, I'm not getting what I need. Here's what I'm looking for. And, no hard feelings, but I need to go and train somewhere else. And, and I feel that they're going to provide me what I need. Give the professor a chance to maybe, have a say and go, hey, you know what? Let me try, stick around a little bit longer. Let me try a little bit harder. And if it doesn't work out, then you can go. Right? So at least give the professor a chance to see if they'll do something about it. Right? And then you can move on. Or if you already made up your mind, you already made up your mind. But man up and say something. Try not to burn that bridge. Try not to burn the bridge. And a lot of the times that's the way to go. That's the best way to go. And then you can still be friends. You can still say hi to each other at tournaments. You can, as a professor, you can still wish the kid the best. Hey, good luck, man. I hope you're successful. And that way, I think most of the guys that have left from me or whatever, or gone to other academies, the majority of them have been on good terms. And I say hi to them, and I wish them success, and I hope they do well. Except if they have to fight one of my guys. Then I'm sorry, man. I hope my guy beats you up really bad. But that's that ego. The ego comes in and like, yeah, I want my guys to win. I want my team.
The nature of the sport.
It's the nature. It's the nature of this game. So, but it's a sensitive topic for a lot of people. But I think a lot of it is more sensitive for professors. And why it's mostly professors and academy owners that use this word. And it's because their feelings are hurt, man. You know what I mean? It's their feelings are hurt because they've invested time and energy into someone to get to a certain point, and then they go and they leave, and they go and like I said, they go and have to continue to have success somewhere else, right? And that stings. That hurts a little bit, especially if you really invested a lot of energy into the individual. Right, that's when it stings, and and the first thing you want to do is you want to be hateful, and you want to point the fingers, and you want to call them traitors and stuff like that, right? But if you calm down and if you really look at it, maybe it's because of you, and you need to do something about it. Maybe it's your personality, maybe it's the way you teach classes, maybe you don't have enough high quality training in the environment for this person to excel. So maybe sometimes you don't need a lot of good training partners to excel. You just need good quality structure and formats and training regimens to recreate those things, right? So if you're not putting in the work, don't be surprised if people leave you to what they perceive to be better somewhere else, or it is better somewhere else. There's plenty of academies that have these. If your academy, you have 4 or 5 killers, world level guys, but the academy down the street's got 20. That's very enticing, man. That's for a young individual with aspirations of greatness. Guess what? They're going to go, and there's nothing you can do about it, because that desire, that passion to be the best is bigger than anything with a lot of people, right? And they're going to go to where they feel they're going to get to fulfill their dream and to fulfill their desire. So if that academy has got a bunch of world champions and a bunch of high level people, they're going to perceive that by going there, you're going to get the same results.
Yeah.
Right. And this has happened in Ontario. This has happened all over the world. Plenty of high. And the problem is it becomes like a snowball effect where if all the best talent in Ontario from different academies, because they feel this way, if they all end up in the one place, then you have the one place that has all the best. It's going to continue to be the best because it's going to continue to attract, right, the best talent, because the best talent wants to train with the best talent, right? So this is going to continue to happen. It's not going to go away. This, and same thing with like, it's ego thing. It's an ego thing. I'm sorry. Let me ask you, like, honestly, I don't care who I'm going to piss off with this one, but honestly, when I looked at the whole Mendes kids leaving Atos, why? You have a team that's one of the best in the world. You have a team that you are chasing alliance for that top spot. Why leave and start your own thing? Oh, our visions weren't the same. No, it's egos, man. Egos. You want your brand to be the best brand. You want your way of doing things to be at the forefront. You have the best youth team in the world that's up and coming, and all those kids eventually are going to be black belts competing at the world level. So you want those accolades. You want those. You know what I'm saying? You want the prestige to come to you, and not the Atos team. So you can't tell me that wasn't, like, one, a business decision, and two, an ego decision. Because they could have just, hey, we're good, man. We're all being successful. We're all doing well. We have a brand within a brand. We have the Mendes brand within the Atos brand. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So my friend Chris is saying something here. Would you mind reading that?
I was on a team that I was loyal for over 15 years, and I was taken advantage of too many times to count. But I was still loyal, and it took my students and my close friends to tell me what I didn't want to see. I was actually going to touch on that, the cultism, and that comes with like why like if sometimes if you have to leave. Actually, if you want to touch on the subject yourself.
Well, Chris is a good friend of mine. He's now part of the BF4 team. He left another association to join ours because of what he was stating. He was not happy with the way things were being done. And like you said, he was very, very loyal. And sometimes, like I said, loyalty can be blind. You want to do the right thing, or you feel like you're doing the right thing. You want to be loyal to this individual. You may have built a relationship over the years with this person, and you like them. But the one thing about associations and affiliations, and remember, what was the two things I told you that's a problem? Ego and money, right?
Gotcha.
So if you may like this person, but financially it didn't make sense, right? You didn't like their business plan, or you didn't like the way they did business. Now this is where it becomes complicated, because you're talking about martial arts loyalty and martial arts and respect and honor and all this stuff, but it's also a business, and affiliations is business. Bringing people in for seminars is business. And if you don't make it fair, then it eventually becomes a problem. You have to be fair. You can't just, I'm this individual and I expect you to do what I say at all times. No, man, like, it doesn't really work like that. It's a business relationship that you have to negotiate to find the most fair way of doing it. Am I right? If it's not fair, if you're not treating people fairly, then don't be surprised if they leave. Don't be surprised if they go somewhere else. Same thing. Whenever I started doing this years ago, because I've had, experiences. I've had teams that I was a part of implode because of people and things the way they were happening at the top, right? And I was never at the top. And then things imploded. I was semi on my own, but then I was forced to be on my own. So I never left anyone. I was pushed out, So it's hard for me. The thing is that you want to be loyal. You want to, as people, That's why I don't like that word. You want to. It's in our DNA. We want to be, loyal to people and certain things that you believe in and a cause you believe in. But you also have to keep your eyes open, because the second it doesn't become fair, it has to be two ways. It has to go back and forth. If it's just one way, it's not right, and you gotta go somewhere else.
Let's actually take this opportunity to. This happened to me, and I want to maybe spread the good word, so to speak. What are red flags people should look out for when they go to a gym that speaks to this kind of behavior you're talking about, this power tripping from your professors?